is Barza Hashmi, as Joe said. I'm a senior at St. Peter's College with a major in accountancy and double minors in business law and Spanish. Raised in Jersey City, the diversity at St. Peter's campus was not a surprise. It was a wonderful experience meeting those who came from thousands of miles away, such as Bulgaria and Nepal, just to attend SPC. Even though I was a commuter, I would be commuting for long blocks from home, which gave me time to help my parents with their businesses, and I attended SPC not only because of the convenience, but because it assisted my family financially through financial aid and my Ignatian Merit Scholarship, which meant a lot for my parents since I was the first to attend SPC. I still remember my first day of class as if it were yesterday. Because I went to William L. Dickinson High School, a Jersey City public high school, I never saw a cross inside a classroom. It wasn't until I entered my first morning calculus that I realized SPC was a Catholic college. I became a bit tense thinking that it would be hard for a Pakistani Muslim girl to be accepted into the life of the school. Slowly but surely, I was proven wrong when I walked into campus ministry and met Mary Sue, the director of campus ministry. She made me feel welcomed and assured me that Jesuit tradition wasn't there to convert me, rather supported me in my spiritual journey. To see how easy it would be for me to transition into such a community, Mary Sue told me about the Muslim prayer space on the 3rd floor of the O'Toole Library and the Hindu and Buddhist prayer rooms in the Social Justice House. This interaction with Mary Sue and the staff of campus ministry wasn't my last. Some of my best memories of SPC were just hanging out on the couch of campus ministry and having some really great intellectual conversations with friends and Doug DeMayo, who's also known as Mr. Green on campus. As a work study for community service, I learned about global outreach in Honduras and wanted to be the first to sign up. It was an opportunity to step outside my comfort zone living in the US and heading to Honduras for a 2-week immersion trip. As part of the trip, we stayed in Guaymas, Honduras, which is a little village that has a community that didn't have clean water or electricity, and yet they were happy with what they had. As a team, we visited orphanages and met an ex-gang member at a drug and rehabilitation center who opened his heart with his faith in God to help those in need. Out of the many people we met in Honduras, I can never forget the children we met while teaching English in the schools of Guaymas. I realized they were no different than the children here in the United States, except they didn't have the luxury to wear the nicest clothes to school or the toys that most kids like to have. They were just eager to learn, and keeping that in mind, it made me more enthusiastic to teach them. After leaving Honduras, I returned home as a more socially aware and humble individual. At St. Peter's College, the message, men and women for others, is not just a slogan, but a tool to live by. Through the encouragement of community service, I took the opportunity offered by big brothers and big sisters to tutor and be a positive influence in a child's life. At a local Jersey City elementary school, I was assigned to a little brother who had many issues in staying focused in school. Spending a year as a big sister, I was able to help get back on track with his grades in all his classes. I enjoyed working with other people and being a leader. I took responsibilities such as being a Muslim Student Relations Officer for IndoPAC and a Vice President of activities for Multicultural Club. After spending 2 weeks of my time with the people of Honduras through global outreach, I got straight into being a woman for others by being in the orientation team leader. By the time I became a sophomore, I took on the position for the Senate for the class of 2010. I fell in love with student government and took on the position for being the class 2010 Vice President for the past 2 years. I went from being a Papa Society ambassador who gave tours and interacted with students like yourself who were interested in coming to SPC, to becoming a recruitment chairperson who selected outgoing students to join the society. Because I've been on the Dean's List for the past 4 years and stood by the values set by the Jesuits, I was able to be selected and joined the National Honor Society of Jesuit Colleges and Universities, Alpha Sigma Nu. People used to say to me, your college experience is what you make of it, and I definitely made the best for myself. On my journey throughout college, I met amazing professors. Professor Brough is my role model because she is a great wife, an amazing mother, and a passionate accountant and professor. With my Spanish minor, Father Di Stefano, a master of several languages, made it easier for me to understand how the beauty of historic Spanish literature influenced today's modern works. Professor Flynn, a professor in theology, taught me about the basics of Christianity, but still respected my individual beliefs. And then there was Professor Bartlett, a new professor in the economics department, and in my poverty and inequality class, used his expertise in the UN to see what companies and organizations have great impact on those who live in poverty and those that are being treated unequally. To enhance both my work experience and my resume, I interned at Travel Advocates as an accounting intern. As an accounting coordinator, I assisted President and the Director of Sales with all aspects of accounts receivable. Knowing that the economy wasn't in the greatest condition, I got help again from Dr. Gottlieb and Enzo Alfonso at Career Services, who assisted me in prepping my resume, improving my interviewing skills, and making sure I completed all my applications for the different accounting firms on time. After several interviews, I received a call from J.H. Cohen, a top 10 accounting firm in the U.S. that wanted to offer me a full-time staff accountant position before I even graduated. I officially start this coming November. St. Peter's College is not, St. Peter's College is not just a great Jesuit institution. It is a place that I can proudly say is my home. I will be forever in debt to St. Peter's for giving me not just a bachelor's degree in accountancy this May, but a lifetime of relationships in a community of friends, professors, and experiences that I will never forget. Thank you.